All right, let's dive right into this explainer of an absolute ancient masterpiece. Today, we're unpacking a legendary architectural tour de force that culminates in a truly mind-bending illusion. We're looking at a structure so spectacular it was famous across all three worlds, a place where immense wealth, magic, and sheer deception totally collide. We're going to break down exactly how it was put together, piece by magical piece.
I mean, just think about it. Have you ever seen a building so beautiful it literally hijacked your senses? Imagine an ancient structure so brilliantly designed and so meticulously crafted that powerful, battle-hardened rival kings stepped right into pools of water, completely convinced they were walking on solid ground. Crazy, right? This wasn't just a building, it was a full-on experience designed to awe, to overwhelm, and ultimately, to deceive.
So, our agenda today traces this ultimate illusion from start to finish. 1. The architect's promise. 2. The sacred lake Vindu. 3. Gathering divine treasures. 4. The Peerless palace. And 5. The illusory pool. Let's get into it. Section 1. The architect's promise, a monumental vow to Arjuna. Our explainer actually kicks off with Maya Danava. Being a master Asura architect, he makes this incredibly bold pledge to the great warrior Arjuna. Maya vows to construct a palace for the Pandavas that will be completely unmatched anywhere. He promises it's going to be adorned with every kind of gem and celebrated globally. But to achieve this kind of unprecedented scale, he tells Arjuna he has to leave. He's heading way up north of the Kailasa peak, right near the rugged Mainaka Mountains, just to retrieve the absolute rarest, most magical materials in existence to serve as the foundation. Which brings us to Section 2, the sacred lake Vindu, a quarry of the gods. Maya's specific destination here is a massive peak made entirely of gems and jewels called Hiranyasringa. And right near that peak lies the incredibly sacred Lake Bindu. Now, this is where it gets fascinating. This isn't just your standard rock quarry. This site is literally dripping with divine history. Just look at the pedigree of this place. King Bhagirath lived here for years beholding the goddess Ganga. Indra performed 100 massive sacrifices here, crowning himself with success using altars made of solid gold. The fierce Mahadeva actually made his eternal abode. Every 1,000 yugas, cosmic heavyweights like Brahma and Yama perform sacrifices here, and Vasudeva spent long years establishing virtue with tens of thousands of golden altars. So this landscape is just absolutely saturated with leftover, unimaginable divine wealth. Section 3. Gathering divine treasures, reclaiming wealth and weapons. When Maya arrives at the mansion of Vrishaparva near the lake, he hauls out a massive quantity of rough, variegated gem materials known as vanda, along with all sorts of crystalline articles. He takes possession of this vast wealth, but, it's not exactly a walk in the park. It's heavily guarded by fierce Yakshas and Rakshasas. And here's the kicker. He doesn't just take building materials. He claims 2 insanely powerful ancient relics left in the lake, which brilliantly illustrates the huge stakes of this journey. First, he brings back a devastating golden-knobbed club. This thing is incredibly heavy, packing the strength of 100,000 regular clubs, and it can slay all foes, a perfect weapon for Bhima. Alongside it, he snags the Devadatta conch for Arjuna. This is a massive shell originally from Varuna that produces a blast so loud it makes literally all living creatures tremble in awe. He drops these magnificent weapons off with the warriors before he even breaks ground on the construction. Section 4. The Peerless Palace, constructing the masterpiece. With all those divine crystals, gems, and treasures securely in hand, Maya Danava finally sets to work building this celestial palace for the Pandavas. And get this, it takes just 14 months. 14! From trekking to the mountains, gathering heavily guarded materials, constructing this sprawling estate, all the way to reporting its glorious completion to Yudhishthira, it happens with remarkable speed. And the final structure? It is breathtaking. The sheer scale is hard to wrap your head around. It features majestic golden columns and sprawls across a massive area of 5,000 cubits. If you're approaching on foot, this palace rises into the sky, totally dominating the horizon, looking almost like a massive bank of new storm clouds rolling in. Now, the radiance of this building is on a whole other level. The golden walls, the archways, the intricate pictures, they all emit this dazzling light. The text actually describes it as shining like Agni,
Surya or Soma. That's fire, the sun, or the moon. Its brilliance is so intense that it literally darkens the bright rays of the actual sun. Imagine walking up to a building so luminous it creates this perfect blend of celestial and earthly light, making the whole structure look like it's actively on fire. The beauty of this place is so rich, it far surpasses even the mansion of Brahma himself. I mean, that is an architectural flex of cosmic proportions. Of course, with a peerless estate like this, you need top-tier security. To protect all this wealth, Maya employs a staggering 8,000 guards. These are known as Kinkaras, and these aren't your average security guards in suits. We're talking about heavy-duty, terrifying forces. They are huge-bodied Rakshasas with red, coppery eyes and arrow-shaped ears. They're heavily armed, incredibly fierce, and fully capable of flying. They basically patrol the skies like ancient, terrifying security drones to make absolutely sure the immense wealth of the Pandavas remains untouched. Section 5. The Illusory Pool, the Ultimate Architectural Trick. So how does all of this build towards the absolute centerpiece of the estate? Well, Maya places a feature right in the middle of the palace that is so perfectly crafted, it entirely blurs the line between reality and illusion. The sheer genius of Maya is that he doesn't just spring the illusion on you, he completely sets the stage for it. The approach to the inner palace is this highly curated sensory experience. You're walking through tall trees full of green foliage that are forever blooming and providing cool shade. You step into these artificial woods that emit a constant, delicious fragrance. You're passing by ornamental tanks filled with swans, Karandavas, and chakavakas. Gentle breezes carrying the scent of lotuses are just washing over you. By the time you actually reach the center, your senses are completely relaxed and totally disarmed. And within this tranquil little paradise lies Maya's crowning achievement. It's a peerless tank, completely free of any mud. It's decorated with fully bloomed lotus flowers that actually have leaves made of real dark-colored gems and stalks made of bright jewels. Throw in some golden-hued fish darting around in the water and a flawless flight of crystal stairs leading down, and the whole thing looks impossibly perfect. But here is the linchpin of the whole deception. The banks of the tank are meticulously overlaid with slabs of costly marble set with pearls. But the water itself? It is so perfectly transparent, and the bottom is so free of mud, that the visual transition from the marble banks to the water is practically invisible. When visiting kings stroll through this dazzling, overwhelming environment, their minds are already playing tricks on them. They look down, mistake the transparent water for more of the beautifully paved solid ground, and step right off the edge, falling straight into the pool with their eyes wide open. It is an absolutely brilliant piece of architectural trickery. But honestly, it leaves us with a pretty profound question. As rival kings trip over these dazzling illusions and suffer the deep, stinging public embarrassment of falling into the water, what happens next? When a palace is so rich it literally darkens the sun, and so clever it humiliates royalty, how will this envy-inducing masterpiece spark the epic conflicts that are yet to come? Definitely something to chew on as we wrap up today's explainer of Maya Danava's incredible blueprint.